Hi everybody, this is Jose Heredia with ADJ. Welcome once again for our weekly Facebook Live here at our headquarters in Los Angeles, California. Today we got a very cool show. We're going to be talking about COB LEDs. I'm sure you're pretty familiar with COB or that name floating around in the lighting industry, and the COB technology is, I would say, brand new, but it's actually not brand new at all. It's been a few years since the COB technology has been out. But I thought we would talk about the COB technology nonetheless because it's getting more and more prevalent in different lighting aspects. So why don't we go ahead and jump in. We have here several products that contain the COB technology or chip on board. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the technology, it's essentially a cluster of very small, tiny LEDs that are essentially baked into a board. And that's why you get the name chip on board. And the great benefit of these chip on board LEDs is it gives you very beautiful wash lights, smooth color mixing, and essentially no color shadows at all. In what you might be familiar with traditional LEDs, at least with 10 millimeter diodes, you do get a little bit of color shadows when you project onto a wall. And color shadows are created because there's so many points of lights that are coming in from the par can or lighting fixture that it creates these little multiple color shadows when you project onto a wall or a surface. And with COB or chip on board technology, that is virtually eliminated. And when you do project on a wall or on a surface, the washes are so beautiful. They're nice and even from end to end and eliminating virtually any hot spots. So chip on board or COB LEDs are great for stage washes, for DJ washes, for all sorts of applications and permanent installs and theatrical applications in retail and even club installs. So I have a couple of products here that is going to touch upon a couple of different uses and applications, but they all have in common is the chip on board technology. So why don't we start off with this guy right here. This is called the Dotz Par system. It's essentially a TPar type of system that comes integrated with 4 par cans, or in this case COB par cans that can be either run manually, or you can run it via remote, which I happen to have right here, or can run via DMX, or can be run using a foot switch. And this is great for mobile DJ applications, for bars, for anybody looking to create a wide wash or a wide area of color in a stage, on the dance floor, or maybe even on an event space such as a dining room or a hall, where you can individually pan and tilt where you need the light to go. Each one of these par cans contains a 35 watt COB chip on board LED. And in the back here, I'll show you, we have several connections for you to choose from to be able to control and also manipulate the light. So we have 4 par cans connected to the bar itself. The bar is not only supporting the system, but also contains the electronics inside. You have a LED display right here with a 4-button control, and you can control the different parameters and be able to zoom in and lock in particular colors or settings, and also be able to tell it to either activate or deactivate the remote control. It's a radio frequency remote control that allows you to control the lights, and we'll get into that in just a moment. In the center here, we have a power IEC input and IEC output, so you could daisy chain several lights together, and you have a 3-pin and a 5-pin DMX as well. It looks like we have 3-pin input, output, and a 5-pin output. Oh, sorry, this is for the foot switch. So to connect to the foot switch, you would plug into here to a 5-pin. That is not DMX, that's just for the foot switch. Also, which is something that is new to ADJ line, is your Edison Plug Out, which allows you to connect another light to the Dotz Par system. and you could use a standard plug. So even if you don't have IC enabled device, such as a regular effect light, you can still plug it in, because what these two screws are they're slide bolts on the top of the Dotz Par system that allow you to attach additional lighting. So I can attach a light. We're going to go ahead and do that now. Here we go. I have a Stinger gobo, and we're going to attach this Stinger gobo to the top of the fixture, like so. We're going to do this live, folks. Screw to screw it in, and I can position the light throughout the TPar system. Obviously, I'm going to put it in the center to kind of keep the weight centered. Fixtures on top of the TPar system, so not only as it acts as an actual fixture itself, but it also as a support to be able to attach additional lights. So here we go. We're nice and tight. I could move my StarTech Stinger gobo on top of it. Now I have my power, which I'm going to use the PowerCon output from the Dotz TPar system, and attach it to my effects fixture. You're going to see that it turns on, and we're good to go. I'm going to slide it back over here so you can take a look at the finished product. So this is really cool to be able to attach additional lighting, whether it be, you know, a boombox effects, or in this case we have the Stinger. You could put another Par can, you could put a star ball, you could add all sorts of cool stuff on top of the TPar system. So again, this is great for mobile DJs, bands, mobile entertainers, anybody who's on the go, because the Dotz TPar system is a system that comes complete with not only the T part, this part right here, but the stand itself. It's a nice heavy metal stand that has a two-phase locking collar mechanism that allows you to raise and lower the stand up to 9 feet, and also comes with a case. The case, which is right here, has a nice little compartment in the front to be able to hide your cables, your manuals, or any other accessories. We're going to close that up because I'm going to show you the inside of the case. Here we go. This zipper is a little bit stubborn. And here we have where the TPar system would live and would be transported. And it has a nice little velvety finish and protects the system from damage from transportation from gig to gig. So that's a nice way to transport the Dotz TPar system. You have another case that you could put in your car, truck, or van, and be able to do your next gig or event. So that is the Dotz TPar system by 80J. We have videos available on it on our website that you can see how it pretty much functions. But as you can see here, it's a really cool, nice portable light system that you can set up almost anywhere. And with the remote, I can control it with, where did I leave the remote? Right here. I got it right here in my pocket. So the remote acts as a control for the system. You have blackout. You can change color. You can identify a specific color. And here are the basic colors. It's a traditional RGB mix type of fixture. So you have red, green, and blue. And between those three colors, you can combine them to create other colors such as cyan, magenta, yellow, all white. And you revert back to the original red, and you go through the different colors. You could also run it on auto run, which will do shows and patterns for you automatically. You could even do sound active. So I could turn it on as sound active. And it should be able to function as sound active as well. And of course, different programs. You could even do fades. So you could fade from one color to the other. This is really great for event professionals who do spotlights on tables, such as pin spotting, because of the lens here. This lens allows you to tighten that beam to 25 degrees, and you can pretty much manually move the light to whatever position you want. Aside of that, the lens are removable so that it gives you a little bit more wider wash. So you can have a combination of any of these Par cans to either have a tight beam or a wide beam, or all of them wide or all of them tight, and it's your choice. And here's how that lens is removed and it gives you a nice even wash. I'm going to point it to the back here to kind of give you an idea of how they look. And we're also going to turn off the lights so that you guys can take a look as well. I'm going to point this light back here as well. Thank you very much. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but on the left here, we've left the lens on with the tight beam. On the right is without the lens, and it's a wider beam. I believe it's for you guys to see. Hopefully it gives you a little bit more view of how it looks. So within these two combinations, with the lens or without the lens, you have for your dance floor lighting. Another without the lens to be your wash light for your DJ or band or performer. Again, this is great for stages, mobile DJs and bands. Many uses to be had with the Dotz TPar systems. One of my favorite lights for mobile DJ use. So if you have any further questions, go ahead and post them up on the chat room. We love to hear from you. If you're watching us from afar, let us know where you're watching us from, and we'll give you a shout out on the air. I'm just going to put this in my pocket. All right, we're going to move on to our next fixture, and we're going to black this one out so we could focus on the next fixture here. It is going to be F. There you go. Okay, let's turn this off. Unplug this. Focus on the next fixture here. I'm going to put this aside. Okay, on this side, we have two fixtures talking about the COB LED lighting. We just had the Dotz TPar system, and if you are just interested in just the par can itself, we do make a straight par can with COB chips on board technology, which is this one. This is the Dotz Par 100. You have three basic colors. Inside the fixture, you have a chip that is concentrated with these very tiny LEDs, and they're baked in pretty much into the board, and that's why we call them chip on board. And this allows us a little bit more better color mixing and even color washes throughout your venue or location. So we have red, and I'm using the Airstream Bridge DMX to control it. We have green as your basic color, and also blue. And I want you to take a look at that wash. I'm going to go ahead and point it towards the wall. Right now I have the lens, which I can remove. You'll be able to see how the wall looks. The letter I on the keyboard. Beautiful, look at that. That's a nice concentrated beam. That's probably about a 15 degree, maybe a 12 degree. And when I remove the lens, you'll be able to see how the wash functions. And I'm going to use these thumb screws. The cool thing about these thumb screws is they stay attached to the frame of the lens so that you don't lose them or they don't accidentally drop on you if you're setting a light on the stage or on a truss over an area, and that is the wide wash. Now this light is great for pretty much all-purpose type of wash light for stages, for bands, for DJs, for dance floor lighting, for theatrical. If you just need a wide, almost psych wash, this is really, really beautiful, giving you nice, even light right over here. This is great. So in the back here, we're going to go ahead and give you a quick tour of the back. I'm going to flip this around. All right. Now in the back here, we have your standard IC input and output, 3-pin DMX input and output. You'll notice here the 4 rubber feet. This is a lay flat design, so you could use it as an uplight if you wanted to, and be able to run your wires straight from the side instead of from the bottom, giving you a little bit more lower profile. And of course your 4-button LED display to be able to change the parameters of the fixture should you need to change them. It has a very rugged metal body and a dual yoke design, so you could hang it, you could sit it on the floor, you could pretty much lay it on the floor without the yoke, and you use it for almost anything, uplighting, stage washes, put it on a bar system if you're doing DJ work, and with the lens you could focus that beam a little bit to give you a narrower position. So that's the Dotz Par 100. It has a 100 watt chip on board LED, giving you very bright, powerful light for almost any application. Now, moving on from that, I'm going to bring this one down. It looks like we may have been disconnected here. Is our next fixture. This one, as I'm using my wireless Airstream Bridge DMX, is the COB Cannon Wash. The COB Cannon Wash is a 150 watt COB LED, and it contains 4 colors. So instead of your standard red and your green and your blue, you're also going to get an additional color, which is an amber. So this is a quad color COB Cannon Wash, and this one is a little bit more robust, a little bit more heavier duty for more different applications. This is more for stage production, for theatrical applications, even for event and decor applications. This is great for a wide wash to cover a big area, and even for house of worship theatrical applications as a great house light. And because of its design, you could use this as a pendant. We call this a pendant configuration, so that you can shoot the light straight down, hanging from the ceiling, and be able to light up your house, or not your house. We call it house because the front of house and the house lights. But you could pretty much light up any type of large area. And if you go to the ADJ website, we do have an article where we use several Cannon washes in an application where they were replacing a standard house light. And it was great because now the lighting designer and the LD can control the lighting, create some really cool moods and decor applications using the COB Cannon Wash. In the back here, I'll give you a tour as well. We're going to flip this around. And I love the design because it's essentially a cylinder shape. And you have your 4-button LCD display, PowerCon input. On the other side is a PowerCon output. And in the middle here, we have 3-pin and 5-pin DMX. So we have this connected to the Airstream Bridge via DMX, and then output goes to the Dotz Par 100, and we're able to control both lights using the Airstream Bridge DMX. Of course, you could use any DMX controller, whether it be a traditional fader controller or a software controller, but it's ready to go right out the box. Also included in the box of the COB Cannon Wash are 2 different lenses. So as we see here, we have this O-ring, which we can use to remove the lenses. We don't have any lenses attached here. Let's see if I can open this up a little bit and remove the O-ring. So this is essentially an O-ring. There we go. Let's see if we can move this. It's pretty locked in. That's what's beautiful about this O-ring. So you have the ability to remove the O-ring, and now will come a lens. But in the kit, in the box, you'll have 2 additional lenses to kind of give you a much more tighter beam, different degrees of concentration. So as we see here, I believe it's a 80 degree beam. So it's a super wide beam, but if you want, you could add the lens to give you much more tighter beam angles. 40 and a 50 degree beam. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this O-ring back. And we're going to show you how it kind of looks in the dark on the wall here. There we go. Awesome. All right, here we go. So this is this COB Cannon Wash. I'm going to go ahead and control it from over here. Let's add a little bit of blue to the amber to kind of give you a really different purplish color. Let's go ahead and remove the amber to give you the blue. Add a bit of the green to kind of give you an aqua or a cyan. We're going to remove the green, add the red for a purple, and you'll see how really beautiful, nicely washed. You guys want to take a look how I'm controlling this. I'm patched in the two lights, the COB Cannon Wash, and using the fader control on the iPad, I can move my faders back and forth to kind of give the color I'm looking for. And once I find the color that I like, this is a really nice yellow, I can go ahead and save it as a scene. We're going to call this one yellow. For those of you not familiar with the Airstream Bridge DMX, we do have a video, Facebook Live on it online that you guys can watch and be able to enjoy. And we go deep into the Airstream Bridge. So now that I have my yellow button, I can go to my scenes, I could deactivate it and activate it once I have it recorded. So that is the COB Cannon Wash by ADJ. Let's do a ceiling wash. See if we can push it up.
Just so they can see how.
Oops. Here we go. Try this. Oops. Here we go. We're going to shoot straight up into the ceiling. There we go. Just so you guys can get an idea of the power of this wash light. There we go. How's that? And the great thing about this yoke is you can virtually flip it on its end to end, either straight up or straight down. You could use it as a floor stand, and be able to use it as a way to hang it from the ceiling. So we got plenty of room. I'm going to go ahead and still play around with the colors here to create whatever color I like. And the added amber makes a huge difference when you're trying to recreate that nice deep orange amber. Once again, that's the COB Cannon Wash by ADJ. And you're probably asking yourselves, oh, what's the price, Jose? We can't forget the price. Prices are very important. So the COB Cannon Wash is $349.99, which is this one right here. See how I messed up all my wires now? I had them nice and tidy. Let's put them back right here real quick. Sometimes I feel like Bob Ross, nice and quiet conversation between the viewer and the host. So the COB Cannon Wash is $349.99. The Dotz Par 100 is $329.99. And the Dotz TPar system is $399.99. So for $400, you have a nice portable TPar system with par cans that allow you to do almost any sort of event, especially for mobile entertainers, lighting designers. And the Dotz Par 100 and the COB Cannon Wash give you a nice wide wash for stages, for theatrical applications, for permanent install, for almost anything. Even clubs can be included in that scenario. So if you have any questions, right now is a great time to ask them, unless you've already put them up on the chat room. We have our moderators and hosts here helping us out with the chat room. Go ahead and post them up on the chat room if you like. Shout outs. Let's do some shout outs. DJ Bar in the house. Jeffrey Party, oh, lighting designer extraordinaire. All right, here we go. I got the chat room now. Anthony Barocas, oh, great. Great to see a fellow videographer watching us right now. Anthony, these are great for studio use as well because you can really customize the colors on these. We have Arnaldo Offerman. Hey, Arnaldo, how you doing? Dustin Pesnell, real reppin' here in the house of ADJ. Thank you so much. Steve Castillo. Ian Forrest. What's that? Steve Castillo, welcome to Facebook. I say we all initiate him and send him friends requests like crazy. Leon Whitener, thank you very much for your question. And your question is how much? Once again, $349 for the Dotz TPar system. COB Cannon Wash, $349. And the Dotz TPar 100 is $329. There's the Dotz Par. Thank you for joining us. So again, any questions? Is that a new hex COB bar? No, these are only tries. They only have 3 basic colors in each of the par cans. They're 30 watts each one. And you have 3 colors, red, green, blue. And within those 3 colors, you can really come up with some really nice color combinations. You can have a pretty much straight white combination as well. So let me show you how the straight white looks, because I think it's pretty cool. And that's what the beauty of the COB LEDs give you. So here we go. We're going to choose color, and we're going to scroll through the white. There we go. That is a nice white. How's that? Is that too bright? All right, cool, guys. Keep those questions coming. Let's see. Edgar, Ian Forrest, Arnaldo Offerman, Johnny Boy, thank you very much for joining us.
How much weight can the Dotz Par hold?
Ooh, that's a good question. How much weight can the Dotz Par hold? We're going to have our researchers, crack researchers, go into that.
They're just basic DJ lighting.
Right, so you're not going to load this up with, 3 or 4 CMY 300s. You're looking at very small effect lights. This is probably as big as you would want to put. Something small so that you can, balance it out. I put it right in the middle so it just kind of weighs its weight and distribute it straight down the pole. So you're not going to fill it up with tons of lights. Just, be cautious that as you put lights on there, it is going to put a little bit of a strain on the side and on the collar. So don't go overboard. We recommend nice little light lights. Very lightweight fixture so that it doesn't overweight the system. Excellent question, Kevin M. Suzek. Thank you very much for joining us. DJ Rhino. Ron Newman, how much we... Oh, yeah. Edgar Burnell, thank you very much for joining us. David Kelly. I have many ADJ lights for my disco setup. They're all great quality units. Cheers. Thank you, David. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for responding, Edgar. He says no more than 60 pounds. So the total weight limit on the stand is 100 pounds. So just kind of keep you putting fixtures up here that weigh no more than 60 pounds combined. So this one doesn't weigh 60 pounds. I believe this one might be 20, 15. But this is about as big as you want a light to put. The cool thing is that you have 2 bolts to be able to use and be able to slide next to each other or using combination. DJ Cisco Rodriguez, love ADJ, best out there. Wendell Whitmore, thank you very much for watching us. Anything you'd like to see in the future for a future Facebook Live, please let us know. We're always trying to focus on particular lights throughout the year. And if there's something that you want to see, please let us know. The Dotz Par system, again, great light for portable use. I want to point something out here. If you do not have IC cables to connect from one light to the other, we do have standard Edison connection in the back. So you don't, if you say have a light and that light fixture has a permanent attached cord and it's only Edison, we do have Edison plugs in the back to be able to connect an additional light. I don't know if you guys thought about that. Also, these par cans, individual par cans, do have a thumb screw as well and can be moved side to side. So if you want more room on this side, they could also be removed. And so if you wanted to have just one in one par can, you could do that as well. But the beauty of it is you have 4 total par cans on the system already attached. Great job, guys. These wires can be removed. The ones in the back of the par can, and the right angle wires so that they don't fray over time. So, once again, Dotz Par system. We're talking about COB LED technology, the COB Cannon Wash, and the Dotz Par 100. Great lighting products for almost any application. Go to the website to find out more information about these lights and many other lights that are already making its way through our announcements through NAM. And of course, you can always find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and Snapchat. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.